It gives me great pleasure to introduce Honorable Mr. Justice N. Anand Venkatesh, Judge, High Court of Madras, on this momentous occasion of our Choral Jubilee inauguration celebration. His Lordship is a product of the Ambedkar Law College, Chennai. He enrolled in the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu in Puducherry in 1993 and joined the office of his senior, Mr. B. Ramamurthy. Being a first-generation lawyer, he took up various different cases that came his way and therefore picked up an all-round practice in the original side, appellate side, criminal side and writ jurisdiction before the Honorable High Court of Madras. He was part of the consultation and drafting committee which suggested various improvements in the realm of commercial litigation all over the country, which resulted in the enactment of the Commercial Courts, Commercial Division and Commercial Appellate Division of High Courts Act of 2015. Now what I just mentioned is a public profile of His Lordship available on the website of the Madras High Court. Stopping at this would be a grave injustice because today we have a polymath of a man amidst us. His Lordship is a judge by day and a poet, a singer, a writer, a cricketer, a music lover and a reader by the night. When my father told me that His Lordship was going to be our chief guest for the inauguration of the Choral Jubilee, frankly I was quite excited too. Because my better half, who is a practicing advocate in the Madras High Court, mentions His Lordship's name almost every other week. So it's almost a household name for us. Not only because, she's a litigating lawyer and her cases come about, but the various other initiatives and things that His Lordship does, his lectures, his poetry, his writing, and of course, his demeanor with other junior lawyers. His Lordship is a lover of law and literature, and his judgments speak for themselves. We know of judges who quote others in their judgments, but here is a judge who pens his own poem in judgments to emphasize the cause of the people, impressing upon the need for two sects of Vaishnavites to end the differences between them since the 15th century. His Lordship penned a poem on unity in his judgment. And referring to Lord Venkateshwara Perumal, he says, and I quote, "Their journeys ended at his lotus feet so grand, while we, their children, still draw lines in the sand. Let us honor their path, let old divisions cease, and walk together united in faith and peace." His Lordship is a prolific writer and a regular columnist, not just on law, but on varied subjects. In fact, one of my recent reads was His Lordship's review of a Malayalam movie named Rond that was published in the Ritz magazine, where His Lordship has written, and I quote, "Life does not present clear heroes or villains. It merely offers choices, decisions, and moments that shape perceptions. And within every uniform, every artist, every person lives a story often far more complicated than our simplified summaries. In the end, goodness is not in perfection, it is in perspective." This article resonated with me because being a movie lover myself, I enjoy movies that challenge my thinking and help me learn new perspectives. Now with the coming of OTT, it's become very difficult for me and my wife to ever watch anything together. Because a 2.5-hour movie I will watch in 45 minutes. And she gets very annoyed. She says, nobody can watch a movie with you. If you're going to keep forwarding, then why watch the movie? It's been a while since we watched the movie together. I must also mention at this juncture that we have introduced a movie review activity since last year, right from grade 1, where children are expected to watch a movie and then critically think and come and present their own version of it. So I must say it's been quite helpful to see the different perspectives of students right from grade 1. To know that we have such a humane, humble and receptive judge who's willing to learn from everything that he sees and touches it at the forefront of our state's justice system is truly a reassurance that we the people are heard and seen. A few days back I read His Lordship's article in the Hindu titled The Contours of Constitutional Morality, and I found the diversity of references quite refreshing. His Lordship is quoted from a book on the history of Greece that was originally published in 1846. He's quoted Dr. B.R. Ambedkar from one of the Constituent Assembly debates, which informed me that the concept of constitutional morality is not new, but formed a part of our Constituent Assembly debates as well. His Lordship goes on to quote Professor Dicey, a renowned British juristic constitutional theorist, and very many nuanced quotes from several judgments, and he's beautifully woven them into the tapestry of his article. You know, mind you, one cannot Google these. Only someone who has read a depth of books from various genres and digested them can cull these. And that's what Lord Denning of Britain, the famous English judge and one of the greatest legal minds of the century, referred to as purple patches. He said, and I quote, "When you are covering as with a garment some weighty or important matter, you should sew on one or two purple patches so as to attract the attention of those who are unfamiliar with it." In the legal fraternity, His Lordship is acclaimed for being a non-judgmental judge, which I think is what people look for when they knock on the doors of the courts for justice. His judgments reflect that self-respect and human dignity are of paramount importance in a free republic. Be it protecting minority rights, or fostering equality and inclusion, or the rights of prisoners, His Lordship is swift in enforcing the rights of the people and deals with an iron hand when it comes to corruption, abuse of power, and hate speech. His Lordship's judgments make it loud and clear that the law protects everyone equally and also holds everyone accountable equally. His Lordship is also loved by young lawyers for his demeanor and kindness, both inside and outside his court. In one of his recent articles titled "What the Young Teach the Bench," His Lordship has shared how he learned several things from his interns and how that shaped his judicial thinking. I must really say, Lordship, for someone in your position who's listening to hundreds of cases every day and writing such critical judgments, for you to make time and write about how time with interns has actually, helped you with your judicial thought process is frankly very, very inspiring. Be it cryptocurrency or laws relating to minors and children, or digital privacy or property law, His Lordship is a master of all and has never hesitated to give opinions or decisions that veer away from the majority thinking. He is a person of uncompromising intellectual integrity and sturdy independence. His judgments bear the impress of a great and cultured mind and a rare combination of erudition and imagination. He has made the name of the Madras High Court reach people both in ivory towers and to the remote corners of this country. Today, the Sunbeam family is indeed blessed and privileged to have such a multifaceted, unassuming, and soul-inspiring persona as a chief guest for our Coral Jubilee inauguration. I'd like to end with the famous lines attributed to Justice Benjamin Cardozo, a former judge of the Supreme Court of the United States in the 1939 article, and I quote, "A judge's authority and immunity depend upon the assumption that he speaks with the mouth of others. He must pose as a kind of oracle, voicing the dictates of a vague divinity, a communion which reaches far beyond the memory of any now living and has gathered up a prestige beyond that of any single man. Your Lordship is indeed an artist of the law and a personification of these immortal lights. We excitedly look forward to hearing from Your Lordship today. Thank you, and Coral Jubilee wishes to all of us." May I request our correspondent to hand over the memento to our Chief Guest of Honor.